Sit rep. We're going camping. The deal is, it's Labor Day weekend, and you know, one of the busiest camping weekends of the year. I didn't really want to go camping because of the busiest camping season or weekend of the year. Charlie did, and it makes sense. She was saying, you know, we've only got so many nice weekends left, and I have a 3-day weekend, she has a 4-day weekend. So we're just gonna deal with the crowds and hope we find something. We're going up north this time. We're gonna leave Colorado and go to Wyoming, and hopefully it won't be quite as bad there. I'm not super hopeful. I think it's gonna be pretty crowded everywhere we go, but that's okay. We're gonna have fun. Let's go. All right, well, we have found camp. Oh, Charlie's got to repark. We've found camp. We are here. It is a beautiful, beautiful campsite. Easy leveling, super flat. I'm gonna get Charlie set up and then I'll give you guys a bit of a tour, but it's really cool. I'm liking it so far. Well, that's some of the easiest thing leveling I think we'll ever do. You look a little tippy backwards, but I think that'll be easy to fix. Hey buddy.
He's very anxious.
He's very anxious. We'll get him out of here soon. This leveling ever. Charlie's pretty much perfect, side to side, front to back. I literally just pulled my truck up and we're level. Also, I'm shooting at a different focal length, so sorry if you guys can't see as well. I'm getting used to it. So I'm perfectly level here. Yeah, got the fireplace right here, which of course we're not going to use. Well, here is our site. Pretty cool, very flat and even, very roomy. I'm liking this quite a bit. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you. It's very pretty. Plus, there's a surprise that I'll show you in a little while once we get everything set up. As promised, here's a little tour. So we got stuff mostly set up. I still have to put my tent up, but that's okay. Charlie's shooting a little camping video herself. Got the screen room set up. That's pretty cool. Charlie's set up over here. This is a really big sprawling campsite. Got a fire pit here. Nice. We set up our bathroom tent already, far away in case I have more emergencies in the middle of the night. There's a lot of room here, a lot of room. I don't know how ticky this grass is, but I just freshly treated my pants with some permethrin. Let me show you the cool part about this camp spot that we didn't really realize was here until after we parked. So check this out, just take a quick walk over. And I'm trying to build the suspense here. We got this whole cool looking lake, little pond. So, you know, more tall grass. But look at this, pretty sweet. It's a watering hole, I'm sure. Probably gonna have animals coming through and drinking the sewage water over there. People have obviously been here because there's a cairn right there. But very cool. Very, very pretty. You got the mountains over this way. I guess hills more than mountains, but super nice camp spot. All right, I need to be quiet because Charlie's recording a clip, but I've got the tent set up. So we're good there. I've got these little window shade panel things so I can let air flow through, which is going to be nice because it's going to help keep the fridge cool by having that airflow. So this thing won't be running as much all the time. I also popped my seat down to let my dual battery have some air, because it'll be hot and this will help it stay nice and cool and a little bit more efficient. But with all the airflow coming through, this should help a ton. I may leave this open a crack at night, but we are in bear country, so I don't think that's a smart move. I think it'll be cold enough at night where that won't really matter. Definitely want to try and do this trip is use this Benchmade Bushcrafter. I've had this for a while. I never use it. I always forget that I have it because I stow it under the seat over there. I don't need this really because I carry my trusty Benchmade Mediator every day. But this is a really nice knife that I never use. It's cool. I got it at my last job. During Christmas, they gave us extra percentage off coupons to use to buy stuff that we wanted. So I bought this for myself a few years ago. It's a pretty good little knife. I hate the sheath. I need a different sheath for sure. One thing I ended up snagging for myself, and mostly for us and Dexter, is this big ass tarp. It's a 10 foot by 12 foot. And this is gonna be big enough, almost entirely big enough, for that screen room. So Dex won't get into anything like broken glass or anything like that. So I'm gonna throw this in there. Okay, well, there it is. So it's set up. It mostly covers everything. Let me show you here. All right. A little bit of tarp walk and ASMR. So it mostly covers the entire thing, almost entirely. It's like 2 foot longer than it needs to be on the long end, but basically we're good to go here. Now, you might be saying, Chris, aren't you a little bit paranoid by not wanting your dog to walk on the dirt? And yes, I do agree with that to an extent. However, we're used to Colorado campsites being so miserable with broken glass literally everywhere and rusty nails from people burning pallet wood. It's just a disaster. So this would be way more appropriate in Colorado where we normally go. However, here in Wyoming, it's incredibly clean. There's like one thing of broken glass. And other than that, it's a very, very clean campsite. 200 IQ move over here using her leveling blocks that she didn't need today to keep the tarps down. I did the same thing, but I didn't actually sprawl them out. That's going to be an issue with this, is the corners coming up. So I'll figure that out at some point when I feel like it. I need to eat some food though. I got some Costco chips, some King Soopers black bean salsa. I got some beef jerky from Buc-ee's. It's gonna be good. How you feeling, honey? How you doing? Charlie's coming down with something maybe.
Okay, definitely need something to eat.
Yeah, all right, let's snack up here. Oh, Buc-ee's jerky. We got the Bohemian garlic and the jalapeno honey. We got Bohemian garlic based on a recommendation of, what's that guy's name? Paul? Is it a Paul? Steve? Kevin? Anyway, we were talking to the owner of FSR, owner, designer, one of the guys, because we were at the booth at Overland Expo, and he was like, we were talking about how we were going to go to Buc-ee's, because they mentioned going to Buc-ee's late night, and we're like, oh, we're going to do that. And he's like, you got to try the Bohemian garlic, so we did. It's pretty good. We were there talking to them, just looking at their new tents and thanking them for a customer service issue that we had, and they really helped us out. So, you know, I feel like 1 for 1, good customer service traded for good beef jerky. I think that's fair. Reckless here, she's putting salsa on her peach. I hope it's good, for your sake.
That tastes good.
Okay.
Am I getting COVID?
I forgot to do 2 things, because we're not overlanding yet, because I messed up. And I'm sorry to all of you guys, I'm sorry. We're not overlanding yet. Oh yeah, now we're overlanding. It's official. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah. That's an amazing view. Cool. We're going for a quick walk. We want to see what's out there. Apparently the road goes down just a little bit, but not super far. So we're going to see and then turn around and come back to camp, probably hang out with Dexter. He's been cooped up in the car. So we'll let him out pretty soon. We're walking and we see a little path here, a little trail to what looks like another campsite. Let's kind of explore it and see what it looks like. Just a big open field full of like nothing. It's pretty nice. Our campsite's right over there. There's some kind of abandoned building this way. That's cool. Homestead of some kind, I'm guessing.
No shit. I have signal here.
Really? I don't have signal here. Well, there's an outhouse over there. And this is abandoned here. There's a pretty decent sized looking cabin. You can see there's a mattress in there, or an old bed. Pretty cool. Well, here's the building. So, yeah, I'm not going to go in there because it creeps me out a little bit. But also, abandoned buildings, probably not super stable. Yeah, really cool views though. We did our exploring thing. We're going to head back to camp now. So, we're going to just take it easy at camp. We kind of want to be present at our campsite in case more people pour in. It's not crowded back where we're at, but the entrance to this area, super crowded. We're looking at this rock here and we think it might be a petrified tree just because like it has grain to it and it has these really interesting,
Almost like termite.
yeah, termite marks almost.
But it's really hard. Like it's all solid.
I don't know what it is, but definitely doesn't look like your standard ordinary rock, and they're all over the place. There's this one.
It doesn't feel like it either. It's like super.
This one looks interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, look at this one.
Yeah, I don't think these are normal rocks. I mean, they could be. I'm not a rockologist, but they look different.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Just grabbed the dog. He's drinking some water, hanging out in the screen shelter tent. Pretty comfy here. Gonna enjoy some sunshine. Got some guys listening on GMRS to them hunting. They named one of the, I'm guessing it's an elk. They named it Twinkle Toes, and they're tracking Twinkle Toes. I don't know if they'll come through right now, but it's been entertaining to hear them. And there's someone's shooting really, really close. But I hope they get whatever they're going for. It's about 5 o'clock. The sun is behind a cloud. Has been for a while. It's getting pretty cold out. I think it's gonna be a cold night. Am I even recording the right audio? Yes. I think it's gonna be a pretty cold night. I threw my jacket on, and we're just gonna relax. I'm not hungry, but I think we should make dinner in a couple hours maybe. So right now we're just hanging out, enjoying, relaxing. It is still nice outside, but it's in the like low 60s. So this is good though. We needed this. I think we're gonna spend 2 nights here from the sound of it, honey. We're gonna spend tonight and tomorrow. As long as she doesn't feel any worse. And then head home Tuesday and then go back to work and do the grind over and over and over again for the rest of our lives. But that's okay. So far, so good. I got this Carhartt jacket last year because I wanted a tough jacket that I could like work on the car and not ruin my Arc'teryx jacket while wearing, and a jacket that I could like be around the fire pit. And so I got this as a nice burly jacket that won't melt near a fire pit, or I don't really have to care about it because it was, you know, meant to be beat up, but it's comfy. It's pretty warm. I'm glad I get to wear it again this year. This is all from doing an oil change and getting oil everywhere. We're making some dinner now. Charlie's cooking up some leftover brisket that was in the deep freeze, vacuum sealed, and then she's gonna make a little veggie bowl. I think I'm gonna make a burrito of some kind when she's done. I'm not hungry, but I should force myself to eat just to kind of get it done. I got a can of beans. which I gotta open, spread onto this tortilla with some pulled pork, and then figure out how I'm gonna save this. I think I'm just gonna dump it into a Ziploc baggie and hope for the best. All right, so I've got some pulled pork, bean, and cheese taco burritos. They're too big to be a burrito, but I'm gonna see how it comes out anyway. Might just have to like squeeze and melt it together. So that's what we're doing for dinner. Chris, what did you bring overlanding? Just a Ziploc baggie of refried beans, that's all I need. Okay, these came out looking pretty nice. Pulled pork, cheese, refried beans, all the fiber I need to have a terrible morning. All right, we're gonna watch The Shining. I'm gonna take a bite of this, see how it came out. Oh, that's great. That's amazing.
Almost gone.
This is good. Well, the sun came out and now it's amazing. So that's cool. Real nice outside. Are we gonna watch more of The Shining? Sick. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. To the Crocs for maximum comfort. We've got about an hour of daylight left. Sun's poking out. I don't know if these clouds are gonna hang out or give us a good sunset or what, but having a good time here. How you doing, honey? Bright sun, but yeah, enjoying. We should go back and watch The Shining though.
I'm gonna take a shower.
In that tent. Oh yeah, you get a shower. The sun is starting to set, and it has the makings of potentially a pretty epic sunset. So we'll see. It might come out really nice. I have been talking for several videos now about putting string lights up, and I always fail to do it. But guess what? Here we are. String lights are out. These are little cheapies from Amazon. I think they're about 20 bucks. I like these a lot. These are expensive ones from Lucy Light. I got them at REI. I don't like these very much at all. The colors are cool, but the white light is cool white, and I prefer a warm white like this because cool white attracts bugs. This attracts less bugs. Also, there's way less lights per foot than the cheapy Amazon one. So, you know, it's okay. I wouldn't spend money on it. I got it for free, actually, the Lucy Light, because I had a bunch of trade-in gift cards. So for free, it's not bad, but for 20 bucks, I really prefer the cheap Amazon one. Here's the Lucy Light, has its own built-in solar panel, which I guess it works fine. But that's that, and it kind of coils up into itself. And then this cheapo one has its own, it's like a fishing reel almost. It's got this thing that pops out and it winds it up like a fishing reel, which is really nice. And when it's all wound up, you can use it. There's actually different modes. It's also got like blinking multicolor. It's got this lantern setting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I think this is better, and it was only 20 bucks, like I said already. It's great. Also ran some little cheapy string lights across my Diamondback. The locking bar, I just kind of coiled them around, and they work okay. They light the bed up just enough, which is kind of what I was wanting. I didn't want anything super bright, but it lights them up just enough to be able to see what I'm doing at night. And then I'm just running a little battery over here. It's just a USB battery bank that powers these things for literally forever. I haven't had to charge this thing in a really long time, so it works out quite well. Dexter's out. Roman. Charlie's sneezing. She's looking at her Milky Way app to see where the Milky Way is going to come up, because we might shoot some astro tonight because it's pretty much a new moon.
Oh, the core's not going to be doing what we want it to. It's going to be going like right across.
Is it worth
there.
shooting tonight?
We'll see. It's really cloudy and it's already up over the horizon right now, but because of our positioning, by the time it makes its way over here, it'll be vertical, so I'm sure it'll be going that way. But it depends on how much core we'll be seeing. Okay. The mountains and the previews that way, so
I'm not too concerned about shooting the Milky Way tonight.
I would also be happy just to even get the tail of the Milky Way going across my vehicle for like a short little astrolaps.
Yeah. We are considering going to Utah or somewhere in about a month. So maybe then we can
take my dad.
Yeah, maybe then we can do some astro. I think Milky Way season will be done by then, but winter astrophotography is super fun because you get the Orion Nebula. All right, real quick YouTube outro. It's around 9:30. We shot a little bit of astro, and we're freezing, so we ended the astro early. The astro lapses, they were coming out really good, but Charlie's not feeling good. She's definitely coming down with something, and I'm just frozen. So we're getting into the tents, sleeping, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. So good night. I'll see you in the morning. I cannot wait for coffee. Good morning, everyone. It is morning. The sun's coming up. It's going from being pretty chilly to actually nice and toasty pretty soon here. It actually warmed up last night. It was warmer in the middle of the night than it was when we went to bed, so that's good. I'm drinking my coffee. Charlie's up moving around. Poor thing's coughing. She doesn't feel too good, I don't think. So let's just enjoy the breakfast time. And we're just going to sit around camp all day. It's going to be awesome. That warm sun feels really good. Today's breakfast, we're doing biscuits and gravy. I've heard this is one of the best ones. This is 1,100 calories per bag. I don't need that much food. Also, it's a ton of carbs and a good amount of protein, not much fiber, but that's okay. Obviously, it's not gonna have much fiber. So I'm gonna have like, not all of this bag, but some of it, and Charlie's gonna eat the rest. So it's gonna be a good meal, I think. Or 8 ounces of water, which was easy to figure out because this has markings for that. But some of these backpacking meals like require a weird ounceage of water compared to what the tick marks are on these stoves. So I snagged this little measuring cup off of Amazon. So I'll never overhydrate a meal again. Is this necessary? No. Is it a nice to have? Absolutely. We're gonna very quickly test the Peak Refuel. Damn, you took like half of it.
No.
Peak Refuel meal. You ready? The biscuits are a little crunchy still.
Mine fell.
Okay, I see why people say this is the best one. The biscuits are still a little crunchy, but it's actually not bad. It's like a crispy biscuit, which works. So even if you don't hydrate this all the way, it works. Thanks, babe. Definitely need some hot sauce. Some. And then it's good to go. All right, we're gonna enjoy this. What do you think? It's pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this.
That reminds me of some of the stuff I made. And the palace just less crispy.
Mm-hmm. This one wins.
This is my favorite.
Second cup of coffee. That'll get everything flowing, I think. Okay, that's it. That's the entire day's worth of plans right there. Wake up, eat breakfast, drink coffee. We got nothing planned for the rest of the day. We're just gonna literally sit around and it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited.
Mile marker 329, equals 63, and head north of Cheyenne.
I'm not normally super into the weather radio, the NOAA weather stations. I know a lot of GMRS manufacturers like tout, well, mostly one of them tout like how important it is and how useful NOAA weather is. Honestly, if I have cell service, I'm just pulling off of that and I'm pulling radar. It is nice when you don't have any service to pull NOAA weather radio, but the problem is I've never found it to be so locally relevant where I could really use anything from it. It is nice to have some info, and if there is severe weather rolling in, it'll tell you some things general to your region, but I've never really found it that amazingly useful. It's fun though. So I know if you have cell service, use that instead. Don't rely totally on the NOAA weather radio. There's a big old thunderhead forming that away, but it's moving away from us so far as we can tell. But we hear thunder. It's out there. And it's been nice to hear some thunder. Running the truck right now, which I'm not a huge fan of doing, but my battery, I used a lot of battery last night, which was expected. It was quite cold out, so my CPAP drew a lot of power. And unfortunately, check this out, unfortunately, the way that I am and the way that the sun is going, my solar panel's just not getting the perfect amount of sunlight all the time. Plus, it's just not a great solar panel. So the panel's gonna maintain what is being used by the fridge. So whatever the battery's at right now, the solar panel will replenish as the fridge uses, but it's not enough to put power back into the battery. It's just too weak of a panel, and the sun's angle just isn't good enough. So I'm just gonna run the truck for a bit, get myself plenty of power to get through the night again, and then cut the truck off. It's not ideal, but we gotta do what we gotta do. One thing I've been meaning to do that I finally did was bring my cordless Dyson with me camping. There's been a ton of dust just trapped all around here. It just kind of builds up in this part right here. So I grabbed the Dyson, brought it with, and I just vacuumed the tent out, and it made a huge, huge difference. So if you have the means, if you have a cordless vacuum, definitely worth bringing camping sometimes. Well, it didn't fail. I spent a few minutes getting my ham radio stuff set up, got my unfed half wave up on my mast, and the clouds are exploding towards us. So if it starts to get nasty, I'll have to take my stuff down pretty darn quick. But let's see if I can get a few POTUS stations while we're playing here. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find some POTUS stations to hunt. I've never used my Chameleon unfed half wave. I bought it. My dad gave me some cash for Christmas to get myself a Christmas present. Didn't know what I wanted, so I used that to buy this Chameleon unfed half wave antenna. And I've never used it because it's just been so gross outside and I've lacked the motivation. But its ears are incredible. We're in a zero noise environment, and I'm good to know that my dual battery system with solar isn't causing any RF interference, which can be an issue with solar. But I'm gonna see if I can find some POTUS stations and help them activate. I am in a national forest right now. I don't know which national forest I'm in, and I don't know if I feel like activating this national forest. To be honest, I've never successfully activated POTA, but I just haven't had the real desire to get out there and do it. But let's see if I can get a hold of some folks and help them activate. I'm also hearing and seeing static crashes happening, which is lightning typically, and that's, that could be anywhere in the country or the planet, but it can affect HF. But the bands seem open. I'm on 20 meters right now. More static crashes happening. I'm going to give this about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to pack it up, I think.
0660 and 0249, QSO. All right, glad we got it. And you got mine, US 4423 Texas, QSO. All right, 7-3, that's on your activation. This is Whiskey Delta 5, Golf Romeo Whiskey. Hearts on the air.
November 0, Victor Yankee.
Another low one here. November 0, try again.
November 0, Victor Yankee, QRP.
Okay, I know your QRP. November 0, I'm missing the suffix.
Victor Yankee, November 0, Victor Yankee.
Still not getting it.
November 0, Victor Yankee.
Okay, I gotta try it a few more times. I keep getting November 0 and then it fades out.
Victor Yankee, Victor Yankee.
Okay, is it November 0 Victor Yankee?
QSL, QSL.
All right, yeah, you came up that time. I'll give you a 5-4 that time. 5-4, QSL.
QSL, you are 5-5. 5-5 out of Laramie, Wyoming.
QSL, appreciate the call very much. Got you in the log here. 7-3, have a great rest of your holiday.
7-3, have a good one.
7-3.
We got one.
Delta 5.
That was tough. I'm only running 5 watts, so, and he's in Texas, so that was pretty cool. All right, I think I'm gonna call it. The clouds are getting high overhead. I only got 1 contact, but you know, that's better than 0 contacts. So I'm gonna just kind of, put the radio away, put the antenna away. I don't want to get caught in a storm with an antenna out like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Charlie's out hanging out by the lake exploring, and I think, oh well, that's okay. At least I got the radio out, and we got 1 contact, and we had to work the guy, so we're good. I'm happy with that. Now you know my call sign too, which is pretty cool. Okay, here's the clouds I'm talking about. They rolled in overhead as I'm playing ham radio. So, you know, I don't know if we're gonna get storms. I definitely absolutely heard lightning earlier coming from that way. So here's the thing, it is better to be safe than sorry with lightning outdoors, especially with radios and antennas, because you have this big metal conductor and coax cable and a piece of electronics that you are physically interacting and touching, and it would be really bad. Lots of bad things have happened to ham operators who did not worry enough about lightning and played in lightning, so never worth it. Well, the rain finally showed up. We went on a little tiny walk and it started raining on us, and I didn't bring my camera, so I guess we're just gonna deal with getting wet. I really need an awning or some sort of shelter room that's waterproof. Well, I may not have an actual awning, but I do have this right here from my iCamper, my tent, and it's just enough for me to be dry, I guess up to my mid-thigh underneath it. It works. Starting to get some hail coming down. You can hear it. Oop. Little tiny hail pebbles. Oh yeah, hail. Well, that's not fun. All right, let's see what happens. This isn't exactly what I'd call fun. It's already starting to lighten up. Man, this trip has been, we've kind of been through everything. Hail, COVID, hail. Well, what are you supposed to do when the weather gets terrible? Box, sponsor me. Oh, that is crisp. Like that, it stops raining. For now. We'll see if it comes back. It was a good little downpour. It was nothing crazy. We didn't get soaked or anything.
Yeah. Not too bad that time. I'm a little nervous because the clouds coming in look pretty gnarly, but we'll see. I hate hail. Hail is like one of my least favorite things, so I try to avoid it if all possible.
We made it. We survived. That's pretty cool. If you're enjoying this, be sure to subscribe if you like this type of video. I'm having a lot of fun making them, so I'm gonna try and do it as often as possible. As it gets colder, what are you doing? She is just trolling me hard. So if you like seeing Charlie make fun of me on camera, you should subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, we're gonna just relax for a bit. Dexter's favorite time of day. He's kind of tangled trying to get to his food. When he sees food, he kind of gets silly, so.
Oh my god.
It's his favorite time. He's eating. We were just watching Harry Potter for a bit. We're gonna watch Deathly Hallows, wait for sunset. It's been a good time. The weather's been really pretty nice, so can't complain too much. Yeah.
I am 97% sure I have COVID.
Charlie's positive she has COVID. She's not just COVID. She's not just positive, she's COVID positive. We watched about half of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1. I just made a little bit of dinner. We're gonna start packing most of the stuff up so that we can get to bed and then get up super early and head home, so we'll still have a reasonable day tomorrow at home. So, sorry I didn't show me cooking, but I made the exact same thing I made last night. So it's nothing different. You could just rewatch that portion and it would be the same. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Just kind of getting stuff organized so that we can get an easy exit tomorrow. I don't know what happened, but either the last few hours or the entire day were shot using manual focus. So it looks like a good bit of clips are out of focus. I don't know if I forgot to turn it back to autofocus after shooting astrophotography last night or if it got bumped at some point. It looks like some clips were in focus, but it's hard to see in the tiny little viewfinder. So an entire day worth of video may be ruined, which is devastating. So there's maybe only one day, Charlie's shooting photos of me. There may be only one day of photos or one day of video. And that really sucks.
Well, it'll be fun
that
though,
annoys me. So I'm stubborn and I refuse to give up. And I got to come up with some kind of footage for this video. Otherwise it's going to be very short. So here's where we're at. We're going to relax until the rest of sunset. And then we're going to shoot an astrolapse and go to bed. So let me give you the setup here. So I've got the A7 III with my 16-35, which I normally use for video, on here, which is why I keep switching lenses out and switching between auto and manual focus, and that's one of the issues. But I've got it on this body set vertically, and then basically the Milky Way is going to come up from here. It's going to go vertical, so I've got it shooting vertically to capture the most amount of Milky Way usable for, I post my astrolapses on YouTube Shorts and Instagram. I guess I could do a horizontal one, but I like having a vertical composition because you see more of the Milky Way. So that's why that is. But, you know, it's pretty nice right now. We're just going to hang out and wait for it to get dark. Well, we got big old mooses. Big mooses over there. So we're going to probably put Dexter up and yeah, big moose is getting real close to camp. Looks like 2 females. Glad I have the O-light with me. This thing's super bright. Throws real far.
Get some water. Bless their heart.
Enjoy the fire pit for just a little bit before it's time to shoot. I might leave this on when we are shooting just as some ambient light, but I don't want to ruin Charlie's astrolapse, so this is just going to be for keeping us toasty for now. Although it does look really cool against the trees. It's so dark, it's hard to see, but it does look good. Oh, that feels really nice. Keeping my feet warm. Charlie and I are now just hanging out inside the truck. I have all the lights off and everything. We're hanging out inside the truck because it's warm in here, and we're shooting an astrolapse each, and we had to turn the fire pit off because it was overexposing everything. So we're just sitting here. You guys can't see any of this. It's pitch black, but that's what's happening right now. And since we're inside this confined vehicle, I'm for sure going to get whatever she has because it's okay. I need the time off of work. Good morning. We are awake. Threw some water on for the coffee. I just killed another one of these breakfast skillets. You know, these are growing on me. Mountain House has, I don't know if it's new, but I've never seen it before. They have a bacon and egg scramble, and they have another version of their scramble. And the Mountain House one seems to have actually a better balance of nutrients for what I need. But we shared this one, so if you want to make your breakfast skillets go further between like 2 people, I just threw mine in a carb-balanced tortilla. Gave me a lot of fiber to start my day right, and that stretched the meal out quite a bit further, and I feel quite good. Charlie, how you feeling? She's sick still. She insists it's COVID. I insist it's, I don't know what it is. I feel bad. She's not feeling good though. Yeah, okay. Well, Dexter's also, I don't know what he's doing. It's a little hanging tab for, I don't know what it's for, I guess rolling some part of the tent up. And I just hung my radio here, and now it's there, and it's safer than leaning it up against this in case the wind blows. You know, I've complained about this ICOM clip before, but this seems pretty secure. So I'm monitoring national calling 2 meter, 146.52. I always like to have that on in the background when I'm in the backcountry, just in case someone's calling out, or worst case scenario, someone's shouting for help. And then I'm scanning GMRS 2 meter and 70 centimeter just to see what's out there, just for fun. Charlie's finishing up some bathroom stuff. I am pretty much all packed away. Camp is pretty much good to go. We cleaned up a bit of trash, haven't cleaned up a bunch. Honestly, this is an impressively clean campsite. We didn't have to do a whole lot. We're just gonna dump some water, finish packing up, and we'll be ready to roll. About a 3-hour drive back to our spot in Denver. And then that's it. Weekend over. Going back to work, you know, doing that whole thing until we die, but that's okay. At least we had a fun weekend. Charlie, did you have a fun weekend?
Yeah, besides being sick.
Besides being sick. Alrighty. Let's call it here. I don't think I'm gonna record anything going home. I just want to focus on the drive. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I appreciate that very much. Subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys watching. So we're gonna go. Bye. Thank you. Hit the like button, comment, share this with people, save it. Means the freaking world to me. Let's go home. And then we're gonna camp next weekend, we think. So another video coming up.
Peace.
Bye.